Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Welcome to this live chat. Uh, Very important topic for tonight's live chat. Fano fighters for the first time, Fano commanders, rather Fano groups, for the first time have shared a list of preconditions for peace, for talks in the Amhara region in Ethiopia. We'll have a detailed look at the preconditions put forward by Fano commanders. How realistic are these preconditions? How interested Fano commanders are in exploring the option of talks with the government? Dane Akube is the first viewer who commented today. Special welcome to you, Dane. Dane has been watching my views and news for some time. I have been seeing Dane in live chats for the last few months. I don't know for how long has he been watching, but in live chat, I've been seeing this screen name for the last few months. Second viewer who commented, his name, I think, is in Tigrinya or Amharic. Uh, 24 is written at the end of his screen name. He says, Welcome, Sajid. Are you 24? S joined too after some time. S is a member too. Special welcome to you, brother S. Hope you're doing fine. Members have special badges. You can see a badge to the right of the screen name of S. You can be a member by clicking the link given in description section of the live chat and in description section of videos. Members pay a few dollars per month. They are so subscribers and members are different. Anyone can be a subscriber by clicking the link subscribe, but to be a member you need to pay a few dollars. When I started YouTube membership, I hope that people will join me in appearing on my views and news. Still, I'm waiting for members. Any member can join me in a live chat, in a video. He or she can send their video message, their audio message, which I'll be happy to share on my views and news. But no one has contacted me so far since the start of membership. Peace and Love joined too. Peace and Love is also a member. Peace and Love has been following my views and news for years. And Peace and Love is a Patreon member too. Some viewers support the channel on Patreon. Peace and Love is there too. Special welcome, Peace and Love. We have Sajido. Samias says Sajido. Samias is calling me Sajido. Dane Akobe says, I watched you since the war, Sajid, but when we were fighting the war, we could not get much time. Yeah, Dane, Tigray fighters used to watch me. I know. Thank you, S, for buying the super chat sticker. It matters a lot for me. Uh, yeah, I remember that Tigray fighters used to watch me. Why? Because during Tigray war, Tigray fighters only knew what was happen on the front where they were deployed. I mean, it's not that everyone was in touch with other fronts. I used to cover all the war fronts. That is why they used to watch me to stay up to date about other fronts of the war. T and O joined too. Welcome T and O. Gada Show says, hello Sajid. How are you doing, brother? I'm from Oromia. Welcome, Gada. I'm fine. Hope you're doing fine. Samia says people are afraid of the government and seem to be not interested in criticizing the government publicly. Yeah, you're right, Sammy. That is why I don't force anyone. 24 says, my only credible source, Sajid and Ilyas Meseret. Ilyas is the one who founded Meseret Media recently. Uh, and yeah, he works a lot on his stories. He broke the news of PM Abi's space travel 2 days ago. Let's see. Sefio Alina says, I really appreciate your efforts and facts. Thank you, Sefio. I Tiklai says, thank you, Mr. Sajid, for your unbiased news. Thank you, Tiklai. Beatam Gobis joined too says, Mr. Sajid, do you believe war will start soon between the North versus PP? Well, Beatam, firstly, by the way, my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, was asking me about India Pakistan war. She said, Baba, our Pakistani kids were killed by India. Our mosques were damaged. She's 5 year old. Maybe she learned that through media, through the school. I said that war is not good. We kill them, they kill us. That's not good. So if they are killing us, we'll kill them too, and that's not the way to find a solution. There should be peace between Pakistan and India. So what I want to say is that let's first hope and pray there is no war. Let's call for peace. Let's keep our loyalties aside. Let's give a chance to peace. Let's make the analysis neutral, constructive. Any threat of war? Well, I said months ago there was no imminent Eritrea Ethiopia war. I still maintain this position. But I think the tensions rising between TPLF and the Ethiopian federal government are alarming. Tension rising over Volkite are alarming. There must be de escalation. If there is no de escalation, things could move towards armed conflict. Yes, this is what I can say. Whenever Mengistu Katilla joins, he always questions about Pakistan, India. He does not care about what the topic is. He writes comments to divert me, to divert viewers. Musi Apte says, Hi Sajid, you are the sole trusted source when it comes to the Horn of Africa. Thank you, Musi. Lilo joined too. Welcome, Lilo. Beniam joined. Beniam says, I thought having nuclear weapons was a deterrent to war in India. Yeah, you're right. Beatam Sara was busy with her exams. She's free now, but she's not interested in making videos, by the way. I'll talk to her if she's willing to be here. Simon Tisfai joined. Welcome, Simon. Let's start, viewers. 9 point statement issued by Amhara Fano National Force. 9 preconditions have been shared by Fano commanders to lay down arms to talk to the government. The statement came in response to what US Embassy in Ethiopia said today. Let me speak for around 10 minutes, viewers. I want to explain the demands made by Fano commanders, how realistic the demands are, and after that, you can agree or disagree, you can write comments, questions, etc. US Embassy in Addis Ababa today called for peaceful resolution to armed conflicts in Oromia and Amhara. It urged Fano and Ola to talk to the government. It urged government to find a peaceful solution to armed conflicts. In its first statement, it called for an end to drone strikes. Then it changed the statement and it only urged the Ethiopian government to ensure safety and security of its citizens. So it came under pressure. Addis Ababa did not like the statement, the part of the statement about drone strikes. So it changed the statement. But it urged Fano to make realistic demands and talk to the government. Fano, Amhara Fano National Force, after that, issued a statement, a 3 page statement with 9 preconditions. Now, AFNF is the representative body of all Fano groups. Not all, majority of Fano groups. We can call it first official position taken by Fano about talks with the government. By the way, these Fano commanders ruled out the possibility of talks with PM Abiy's government in the past. Fano commanders in their interviews only demanded removal of the Ethiopian PM. They said only the removal of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia can lead to start of talks. So without the Prime Minister leaving the office, there won't be any talks. Without the dismantling of federal government, there'll be no talks. This is what Fano commanders have been saying for almost 2 years. But today, Fano commanders changed their position. AFNF now has a representative I think 13-member body. So the statement must have come after the approval of the 13 Fano commanders. The demands, the preconditions put forward by Fano groups are alarming. Let me just mention a few. First precondition shared by Fano is that all federal forces must leave the Amhara region, uh, ENDF, etc. There must be immediate end to military operations. First precondition. Second precondition, closure of all prosperity party offices in the Amhara region. Third precondition, dismantling of the Amhara regional government and handing over the regional government to a transitional setup mediated by Fano. Fano commanders want to be in control of Bahirdar. They want Araga Kabbede to leave. They want Amhara regional parliament to be dissolved. They want a transitional setup in the Amhara region. Third demand. Fourth demand, an international inquiry into the crimes, human rights abuses committed in Amhara and against Amharas. There are other demands too, like restoration of internet, electricity, etc. But I'm only mentioning the main demands, which could be real challenging. Last demand made by Fano fighters, Fano commanders, is going to isolate them, showing that their agenda, their demands are not going to be easily accepted by other Ethiopian regions. Fano commanders say that 4 zones have been annexed by neighboring regions. These zones should be made part of the Amhara region. Which 4 zones? Volkait, Raya. By the way, Volkait is under Amhara control. Volkait, number 1, which is contested by Tigray and Amhara. Raya, southern Tigray, claimed by Tigray and Amhara. Metekal, Benishangal Gumuz region, contested by Benishangal Gumuz region and Amhara region. And lastly, Shoa, contested by Oromia and Amhara regions. Fano commanders want these 4 zones to be part of the Amhara region. These are the main preconditions shared by Fano fighters in today's statement. And I think that they have learned nothing in the last 2 years. Fano commanders alone cannot form any government in Ethiopia. They need to have allies, but they're alienating their allies. Alienating their allies in likely allies or potential allies. Potential allies in Tigray, in Gomas, in Oromia, they're alienating them. Why would the Ethiopian military withdraw from the Amhara region, leaving the region to Fano fighters, while the Fano fighters are armed? Is it doable? It's not doable. Why would BG, Oromia, Tigray agree to make Raya, Volkai, Matakal, Shoa part of Amhara? They'll never agree. Why will the Ethiopian federal government agree to dismantlement of its government in Amhara region and close all party offices in the Amhara region? Not doable. The main demands made by Fano fighters, Fano groups, in response to US Embassy's statement are not doable, not realistic. But Fano fighters have changed their position. In 2024, 2023, they were demanding dissolution of federal government and the establishment of a transitional government in Ethiopia. Now they are restricting themselves to the Amhara region only. They are not calling for resignation of Abiy, removal of Abiy. They're only calling for their government in the Amhara region, transitional government. So it means that they're less ambitious now. They're very ambitious in 2023. They hope to reach Addis Ababa within days and weeks. People like Bodajo, others would say that soon we'll reach Addis Ababa. I think now they have curtailed their ambitious plans. Now they want to control Amhara region first. And in 2023, they tried to enter Oromia. They tried to make uh, inroads into Oromia. They want to reach Addis Ababa. But now their objectives are mainly about the Amhara region. Uh, most of these demands are not doable. Fano groups, Fano commanders have learned nothing. Uh, during Tigray war, during Tigray war, when there was so much international pressure upon the Ethiopian government, TPLF had activated its lobbying firms abroad. US, Western countries were supporting TPLF diplomatically. UN Human Rights Council had formed an international inquiry commission to inquire into human rights abuses committed in Ethiopia. Even back then, Ethiopian government did not agree to any international inquiry into the abuses committed in Ethiopia. Can you imagine that now Ethiopian government would agree to a UN mandated inquiry about crimes committed in the Amhara region? Again, not doable. So most of these demands are not doable. Uh, Foreign fighters maybe did not want to say no to talks. That's why they issued this statement. They are trying to show that they are ready to talk to the government, but their preconditions should be fulfilled first, which won't happen. Now, your questions and comments. Sangeeta TV, thank you for joining. Brian Ipsa here. Palalegan says, which journalism school did you go to? Well, degrees don't matter, brother. What matters is your work. If you have the best degree in the world about anything and you don't know what you're talking about, there's no point in having a degree. So analyze my content, question it, help improve. That's what matters for me. Liz Elias joined after a long time. Welcome, Liz. Liz from Tigray says, hello, Sajid. I really, really miss you so much. I hope you will remember me. I missed the live stream so much. Yeah, Liz, I remember you. Hope you're doing fine. Where have you been? I think Fano's demands show that they have decided that they'll achieve their objectives by gun. They have made a decision that only method that they can use to bring about change is the use of force. There's no point in talking to the government. That is why they're making unrealistic demands. Simon Tesfaye says, any news about Eritrea, they are simultaneously retreating and setting up checkpoints. Well, they are setting up checkpoints to monitor the flow of people, the movement of people across the border, because now more cross border trade is happening. People are moving to and from, people are moving from Tigray to Eritrea and vice versa. They are retreating. I don't know. They always said that their military was deployed on their sovereign land. They're not withdrawing from Badme. Uh, so they have been saying that they have implemented the Boundary Commission verdict. Did they withdraw from any town which was given to them by the Boundary Commission? Any confirmation? I have no confirmation so far. One Love says difficult preconditions, but how Fano can make alliance with other party, including TPLF and Ola. Well, they'll have to show flexibility. Whenever you form an alliance, whenever you start political negotiations, you need to be ready to make concessions. Otherwise, you can never make alliances, especially with your rivals. This fall that says, "What's new, Mr. Sajid?" Well, just a few minutes ago, I spoke for 10 minutes, and I spoke about Fano's 9 preconditions. You have to rewatch the live chat. Hailu says, "You sound ignorant of these 4 parts the Fano is reclaiming. They have all the time historically been part of the Amhara region until TPLF and others annexed them." Well, if you want to live in the past, then no one can stop you from doing that. But you should talk about what is doable today. Uh, your reading of history is different from the reading of history of those who claim that Volkait and Rai are part of Tigray and Matakal is part of BG and Shua is part of Oromia. You need to adjust yourself to the realities of today. If you continue living in the past, you'll be able to find solution to conflict. Uh, Eritrea, Ethiopia, they were under one administration. They are separate countries now. Sudan, South Sudan, they were one country. Now, uh, Sudan is on the verge of a split. Somalia has its claims to territories of Ethiopia, Kenya. I think people should move forward, stop living in the past, make foundation for a peaceful and better tomorrow by living in today and by agreeing on some new charter of engagement. Liz, I responded to your comment. Did you listen to me? Pijo Bianchi joined. Gadisa Jirta here. Because 30 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat. I would like you to comment about the preconditions which Fano commanders have put forward. I would request you to write in comment section. I don't censor comments. I don't ban people from commenting. But keeping your loyalties aside, let's analyze the preconditions made by Fano groups to make peace with the government. Let's talk about it in objective manner. Problem is that if you don't question the narratives being launched by the players in Ethiopia, they try to solidify their narratives. They don't change. You need to tell them that they should be grounded in reality. I am not saying Fano groups should lay down arms and just stop their armed struggle. It's up to them to decide. But when you propose solutions, when you show your willingness to engage in political discussions, then you need to have clarity about what you want to achieve, what is achievable, what you should demand. Definitely, demands are always higher than the actual results that you will achieve. But the demand should never be a non starter. Thanks for watching, viewers. I'll be back tomorrow with this week's second live chat. Stay blessed. Bye bye.